If I had known from the start that the degree is not recognized by international universities and organizations, I never would have taken this path.
I haven't even finished a full year of classes. Should I keep going with an MBA that isn't recognized internationally? I've already spent so much money.
Hello and welcome to Do Athan, a weekly podcast from the Frontier family about human rights stories from Myanmar. MBA programs offered through private schools in Myanmar have proliferated in the past decade, but many of them are not accredited and are not recognized by international organizations or institutions, a status that is not always obvious in their advertising. Kay Thi, in her early 30s, started her professional career after finishing her bachelor's degree in Myanmar. While working, she took some short courses and in-office training related to her job, but she dreamt of earning a master's degree in her free time. In 2024, she enrolled in a Master of Business Administration program she had seen advertised on Facebook, offered through a training center in Myanmar and partnered with a university in Malaysia. This allowed Kay Thi, who could not afford to study abroad, to stay home while pursuing her goal of earning a foreign degree.
What attracted me most was that the degree was not local, but instead was one that was given by a foreign university, and I could earn it by attending classes in my own country. I'm also biased because I think an MBA from an international institution is more prestigious than a local one.
But as Kay Thi advanced through her master's program and started working on her final thesis, she began hearing rumors from other students that the degree was not recognized internationally. Kay Thi grew more concerned when she discovered that the MBA was recognized by the partner university but not by the Malaysian government. That meant the program lacked official accreditation, which in turn meant the degree would not be accepted by international institutions. Unfortunately, she had already spent 20 million kyat, or around $4,760 at the market rate, on the program.
I'm feeling down and have lost motivation to keep working. I always tried my best in exams and actively participated in presentations with real interest and effort. But in the end, the degree I got was not recognized by anyone.
According to education analysts who spoke to Do Athan, many private schools emerged in Myanmar after the 2015 election, claiming they offered MBAs from Southeast Asian countries like Thailand, Malaysia, and the Philippines, and even from European countries like Switzerland, France, and the United Kingdom. Such schools have proliferated further since the coup. A growing number of young people who want to continue educations that had been interrupted, as well as middle-aged professionals who need a master's degree to meet workplace demands, have become interested in private schools offering MBA programs. Ko Mong, a senior executive at an import-export company in Yangon, is enrolled in the same program as Kay Thi, and now faces the same situation she did.
I haven't even finished a full year of classes. Should I keep going with an MBA that isn't recognized internationally? I've already spent so much money. Should I put in more and continue? Do I allow myself to keep falling for this scam? The program's content is truly MBA level. The curriculum is fantastic, highly practical, and immediately useful in my business. I was just grinning and bearing it because the material I was learning was so good. I was thinking, even if the diploma ends up being completely useless, I can still use the things I've learned.
Worried that others might fall for the same scam, he advises prospective students to be careful to choose MBA programs with international recognition. According to education consultants, Some private schools are genuinely affiliated with legitimate universities and offer internationally recognized MBA degrees, but many others fail to meet these standards. But it's not always easy to tell the good from the bad. Advertisements for MBA programs through Myanmar-based private schools highlight attractive benefits, like the ability to study online outside of office hours, the option to pay course fees in monthly installments, opportunities to apply for scholarships to cover part of the tuition fee, and, crucially, claims of international recognition. Ko Ong, an education advisor based in France, shared what he discovered about one particular school he investigated.
They're running the whole thing out of a tiny room in Paris. There's no real campus. They're registered as an educational company in France. So if you search the French government's education website, the company name does show up. But all they do is send their curriculum online to their affiliated schools. The local schools in Myanmar use that curriculum. After that, the students have to write their thesis with their local tutor. When the thesis is sent back to Paris, they issue a degree certificate. It's nothing more than selling diplomas.
He added that promoting these programs as European MBA degrees misleads young people who genuinely want to study and leads them down the wrong path. According to sources from the education community, Myanmar's Ministry of Education has turned a blind eye to problems associated with private schools and has failed to take action. A teacher with around 15 years of experience in Myanmar's private education sector said he submitted evidence of the problems faced by students in these programs to the Ministry of Education via email after the coup. But the ministry did not reply, let alone take any action. He also emailed a complaint letter to the Department of Consumer Affairs.
Since it violates the consumer law, I also emailed a complaint letter to the Department of Consumer Affairs, but they refuse to take any action right now because they claim they are in the process of a major reorganization.
Meanwhile, public universities in Myanmar that operate under the Ministry of Education also offer MBA programs. While these universities score low in international rankings, their MBA degrees are generally credible because they are officially recognized by the state. Since the coup, however, many students have chosen private institutions because they want to support the civil disobedience movement against the junta and avoid government universities. Despite complaints, MBA programs at private schools are still full. Some students say it's because of good advertising and networking opportunities, while others believe that earning any degree is better than none. Kay Thi feels profound disappointment about her situation, especially since she attended the school despite her financial difficulties. That's why she recommends that anyone planning to study for an MBA carefully check the legitimacy of the degree and verify whether it's internationally recognized before enrolling.
I didn't know what questions to ask before I started my program, and by the time I learned the truth, it was too late. If I had known from the start that the degree is not recognized by international universities and organizations, I never would have taken this path. That's why I want to tell anyone planning to do an MBA in Myanmar to check everything carefully first.
Thanks for listening to this edition of Do Athan. This project on human rights reporting is supported by Fundación Hirondelle, with the help of our donors. This episode is produced by freelance journalist Myint Mo. Some names and voices may have been changed to protect contributors. We would welcome your feedback on social media, and please follow or subscribe to our pages. You can listen to our podcasts via the Do Athan Facebook page. They can also be found on SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and Telegram. Please tune in again next week.